Good morning. I'm actually here to talk about the C word, not COVID, Christmas. Christmas this morning. I know you're thinking it's not even December, and that's actually my point, because the question I had was, I'm already worried about December, about when the tree goes up, the box of chocolates come out, and I want to not derail myself, but at the same time I want to enjoy myself. Morning, Marie. And it's a great question. I thought I'd bring it up now before that time happens. If it hasn't already, if there's ever a year that's going to go up early, it's this year. Let me know if you've got your tree up. I've got my Christmas socks out. That's all so far. So I wanted to go over a few things that might help. And I just want to firstly start by saying that deprivation will nearly always, on its own, result in failure. And what I mean by that is, if you say, right, I will not eat this mince pie ever, but you love mince pies, you're probably going to end up eating everything but the mince pie and then 10 mince pies. And this brings me on to motivation and acting in accordance into your value, which is the first point here. And I'm going to go through a few points here, in that when you align your actions with what you value most, you don't really need much motivation. And I describe this by, in our one-to-one, we go through some benefits, and this is really valuable thing to do, is to write down some of the benefits here of what the reasons why you're even doing this in the first place. And I'm going to go into a few other positions about nutritional strategies around this in a second, and how to really enjoy yourself. But what they find is, when people, in terms of CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, when people keep reminding themselves of why they're actually doing it, whether that's to feel more attractive, to be healthier and reduce their medication, whether that's to not have high triglyceride fat around, reduce their cholesterol and reduce their risk of heart disease, whether they can play with their grandkids, they're less out of breath going up the stairs, whatever it is, want to be able to move, exercise without discomfort, be less self-critical, whatever it is, when you align your actions with that, for the majority of time, you won't need motivation, because it will be that strong. Because you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it, who else benefits from that? But you've got to go deep into this. Just me saying that probably means nothing right now. But if you've gone deep into, when you really go deep into why you want to do it, and what's more important to you, if you relate it to a loved one, what you want to do with your life then, it can become quite strong, and so strong that you get motivation almost naturally to do it. Now, on its own with that can be meaningless. So I would advise we go into a bit more detail on that another day. But what I want to do for now is touch on a few of the other points, okay? So with Christmas, etc., just remember that the average weight gain in a normal year, obviously this isn't a normal year, might even be more, might even be less, is 1 to 13 pounds from now to Christmas, okay? So if you think most people will put on about 1 to 13 pounds, if you think over a year, a lot of people will actually lose weight between January and, say, October, and then they might put it back on again. So if you look at the averages on there, what if you actually just set yourself a different target? So this is my point too. And you just said that actually today I'm going to set a target to actually just maintain what I've achieved this year. This might not be for you, by the way. Obviously, this isn't specific, but it might be that you say, actually, I'm actually going to aim to maintain my weight loss this year by strategically just increasing my calories a little bit. So I can enjoy a bit more food, but I'm not actually focused on losing all the time. Because when you look at the research in people who have sustained their fat loss, they've had periods of what we call maintenance. And that's okay, rather than I'm just going to lose it all, then gain it all. We can have a period of maintenance where we're just, plodding along. And if you've reached a stage where you feel like you're dieting, but you're not losing any weight, sometimes that can be a good time to actually do it. Especially with I would say, not so social events coming up, but still food in the house, etc. You might have more things around, you might do a bit more cooking, you might want that flexibility. Who knows? We might get a Christmas, who knows? But one thing I would also say is just to start burning fat and getting fitter now. Like, imagine if you started last year, right now, where you would be now. I think this is a powerful thing to do. Sometimes we're just like, yeah, I'll wait till January and it's easier. It's not going to be easier in January. January is, I would say, is just no easier than any other month. In fact, you haven't got as much to look forward to normally. Maybe this year we will, who knows. But what I would say is, why not use December as an opportunity to get fitter and to get stronger? And if you're worried about, being able to enjoy yourself, let's face it here. How many days is Christmas? 1. Now let's give yourself, 3 social events that aren't even probably going to be social events. They'll probably be more close family events where you just have different meals or whatever. Hopefully we can do that. Let's say 3, so then there's 4. Say you have 4 days of real Christmassy stuff. You could throw in 2 more for New Year. That's 6. That's 6 potential meals, basically. That's 6 meals between now. So what's the day today? It's the 18th of November. That's 6 meals between now and, say, the 1st of January. 6 meals out of, let's work it out. How many meals? If you have 3 a day, roughly, that's going to be, if my maths are right, 31 plus 12 days left that's 43. So you've potentially got let's say 129 meals between now and Christmas. Between now and New Year, you've got potentially 129 meals, and we're saying that 6 meals of them might be more Christmas related. There might be more things around and out with that. It might be that you just say, I give myself permission to do this on these 6 days, and they will be then, and then. And that can be quite a powerful strategy to do, because you're giving yourself a rule, almost some structure within flexibility. So you're not saying, I'm just going to enjoy Christmas this year and do anything, because as positive as that sounds, sometimes it can be quite a negative, because it might not align with your values. You're just doing it because you think you should do it because everyone else is doing it. But that can actually make you quite miserable, because you're not aligning your actions with how you want to feel in terms of your health, your energy, the clothes you want to wear, your energy that you wake up with the next day. I want to wake up with loads of energy. I don't want to wake up and just be miserable and I don't want to do this. I'm rubbish, and take it out on other people. So it could be that you structure them in. Next one, number 5 are we on? Is go for walks and get your steps up wherever possible. Just increase your activity in general. There's more opportunities to walk than ever over that period, especially with lockdown and being able to go outside. We've been fortunate that we can do one-to-ones, personal training outside, which has been great. Lastly, focus on company, not food. Focus on company, not food. And know that being full and having enough are different things. And within that, saying I can't have that is completely different to choosing not to have that. So saying I'm choosing not to have that is different to saying I can't have that. What I'm saying here is give yourself permission to have it, but actually when you go through your values, what you want, what you're aligning with, what you actually want to achieve, is that actually what you want to achieve? And a little strategy just to help you do this is to always have a habit lined up that you're going to do instead. Don't just say, I'm not going to do this. Have something instead that you're going to do. So it might be that your Christmas treat is, instead of your advent calendar, you have a face mask, an eye mask, one of those, I can't remember what they're called now. They heat up on your eyes. It's lovely. Did one the other day. Space mask, they're called. There's probably loads of other brands. But yeah, it's like treating yourself with that. Because sometimes a hot bath, a new book, things like that are actually will give you what you were looking for than what you wanted from the food, what you thought you were going to get from the food. it could be like for some of the ladies, and this is difficult to give specific advice to you, but some of the ladies find it really helpful just to say, after dinner, I'm done. After dinner, I'm done, but I have an after 8 and I'm done. It might be that you have some kind of structure with that. Otherwise, it just does become this willpower game of, oh, the chocolates are out again. Rather than just, here's my hot chocolate that I'm going to have. I've got my hot chocolate, it's nice and slow. Here's my whatever. Something that alternative for you. So, I hope that helps. And I haven't mentioned Christmas too early for you. It is the 18th. Only 129 meals until 2021. That can be your countdown, ticking off the meals until 2021. So I hope that helps. Any questions, as always, do let me know. Busy day ahead with bar from home. Then we have yoga. We have ballet fit today. We have stretch. It's Wednesday. We have cardio today. Then tonight we have beat fit, which is a workout to music. Our playlist. We've got some David Guetta in there. Titanium. We've got Tiffany. Yeah, we've got some good banging tunes, some 80s classics in there. Then we have Tai Chi. Then we have our live Q&A with Dr. Adam Bibby, who is a researcher into essentially behaviour change, motivation, why we don't do the things that perhaps we know we need to do, which is exactly what I spoke about today and exactly what we do in our 28-day kickstart, which our post-lockdown kickstart will start on the 3rd of December, on a Thursday, when we open up in our brand new studio in Devizes and also our ladies only studio in Marlborough. Also, you can do it all from home if you prefer. So, we've got 2 choices now. We can go, write the rest of the year off, which is 6 weeks, which is still a long, long time. Or we can put some things in place where actually, what if we're just fitter and stronger between now and Christmas, regardless of weight? What a better position we'd be in if we built the confidence to actually maybe go to an exercise session or do a workout from home between now and Christmas. What a win that would be. So come January, you don't have to worry about everything all at once. What clothes do I wear? What do I wear here? Am I going to be fit enough? We can go straight in. Hope that helps and speak soon.